Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Power Is Now. My name is Eric Frazier. It's a beautiful day in Southern California, a great day to talk about real estate. Welcome to our Homebuyer Town Hall, which we conduct every first and third Tuesday, right here on Facebook Live. And folks, I'm excited about the show tonight because we have a special guest. Her name is Angelica Williams, and she's a first-time home buyer, and man, does she have a story to tell. You know, I talk to people every day, hundreds of people per month, thousands per year, about buying a home. And I have to tell you, I meet people who are ready to go, and I meet people who need to do some things, need to put some things in order, need to work on a few things before they're ready to go. And then I meet people who are just full of excuses about why they can't buy or shouldn't buy. And I tell you, after you hear Angelique's story, I think you'll realize that you too can buy. You too have the inner strength, the courage, the tenacity, the determination to do whatever it takes to become a home owner. So thank you for joining us this evening for our bi-monthly Homebuyer Town Hall. And as usual, we have our special guests, our VIPs, who are just incredible real estate professionals who do a wonderful job every single day for their clients and helping them either to buy real estate, sell real estate, or manage real estate. Now, I am the host. Again, my name is Eric Frazier, host of The Power Is Now. And in addition to being the host, I'm also a vice president and mortgage advisor for First Bank. My license number is 461807. And the views and opinions that I express on this show are my own. They do not necessarily reflect that of First Bank. Now, I want to encourage you, and for those of you who are watching this live on Facebook, to reach out to your family and friends who are also on Facebook. Share this link, like on us right now, and share this link, because I am confident that somebody today is going to be highly motivated and inspired to do whatever it takes to buy a home. Now, before we go to, we're gonna introduce our VIP agents first, and then we're going to go to our special guest and conduct an interview about her whole home buying process and where she is today. Now, before I do that, I see I have others joining us as well. We're going to start with Jenny Gonzalez, our VIP agent out of Corona, California. Jenny, welcome to the Homebuyer Town Hall.
Good evening, Eric. Good evening, everybody. This is Jenny Gonzalez with Keller Williams Corona. My license number is 01249788. I've been licensed since 1998. My cell phone number is 951-316-0374. And I serve all of Southern California, and I'm blessed to be here.
Thank you, Jenny, for being just steadfast and always faithful to our Homebuyer Town Hall and our Real Estate Roundtable. Looking forward to your commentary tonight and participation. Next up is Kenny Sessions, and Kenny is an outstanding real estate professional out of Oakland, California. Kenny, welcome to the show tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, good evening, Eric. Good evening. It's a plum pleasure to be here with you tonight. Wanted to share that with you one more time. Session Real Estate since 1995. This is our 25th golden anniversary, so we're not new to this. We love helping our community. Thanks for the invite again, man. Peace.
You're very welcome, Kenny. Looking forward to your commentary. Next up is Yvonne out of Arizona. Welcome, Yvonne.
Good evening. I'm Yvonne Mcfadden with Deluxe Realty in Scottsdale, Arizona. I relocated from Encino, California to Arizona. And when I moved to Arizona, I just want to tell you how refreshing it is to be in the Valley of the Sun. My license number is SA0350430000. My telephone number is 480-628-2619. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Yvonne. Always have something great to say about the Valley of the Sun, Arizona. Looking for more from you as well. Next up is Jerrell Washington. Welcome, Jerrell, to the show tonight. I think you're muted. Let me unmute you here. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go.
How about now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm Jerrell. You can hear me now. Good, good. So I am Jerrell Washington with the Fine Homes and Estates team at Keller Williams Realty. I am located now in Las Vegas, Nevada. So soon I will be licensed in both New Jersey and Las Vegas. But for now, that's where I sit. Las Vegas is a wonderful place. It is growing by leaps and bounds. I just visited one of the luxury home builders, Toll Brothers. They've had 3 price increases in the last 3 months. The last one was $60,000 in a luxury home. So there's a lot going on here in Vegas. I look forward to talking with you guys and helping buyers, whether you're first-time home buyers, mid buyers, or high-end buyers, right here in Las Vegas and in New Jersey.
Awesome. Thank you, Jerrell. And then finally is Carolyn Sansori, Marketing Director from the Golden State Finance Authority. Welcome, Carolyn.
Hi, thanks for having me tonight. I'm excited to be talking about some financial assistance programs later on.
I am too. Carolyn is going to be talking about not only how to buy a home with little to no money down, but some of the unique features of their down payment assistance. And now finally is our special guest, Angelica Williams. And before I bring her on, and I'm going to share a little bit about her background, we're going to take a quick break. I really want to encourage those of you, in fact, those on the panel and everyone online, to start a watch party. Share the video. This is going to be really an incredible show with a lot of great information that you're going to learn about the home buying process, some of the challenges, and of course, the opportunities. So you're listening to The Power Is Now. For those of you who are on Blog Talk Radio or finding us on any podcast, and we're live on Facebook again every first and third Tuesday of the night. We're going to take a quick commercial. We're going to take a quick commercial, and when we come back, you're going to hear from our special guest, and her name is Angelica Williams. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
There is nothing more exciting than the purchase of your new home. The Homebuyer Seminar is here to help you achieve the American dream of home ownership right now. We talk about access to lenders and nonprofits who are willing to give you the down payment for your home when others are not. That is right. The down payment assistance is not a loan, it is a gift. Find us at thepowerisnow.com and let us talk talk about how you will own your home today and live the American dream. The future is now. Watch us live on Facebook every Tuesday or in replay on the Power Is Now YouTube channel.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us today. You're listening to the Power Is Now Homebuyer Town Hall. And we have some special real estate professionals here to help us as we talk about buying real estate and our selling real estate. Tonight is going to be all about buying real estate. And so I'm really looking forward to hearing from them and from our special guest, Angelica Williams. And so without any further ado, Angelica.
You said my name like 3 different times, 3 different ways.
I have to keep saying that, the way it's spelled, you have to know the pronunciation, right? Angelica.
Yep.
Well, thank you for being on the show tonight, Angelica, and congratulations on this, on acquiring your first home. You've been in there for, I can't believe now, we're going on 3 years.
Yeah.
And I remember, in talking with you earlier today, it just brought back memories of the challenges that we had to face. And you do a great job telling the story. And I can't wait for our listeners and our viewers to hear it tonight. And of course, you were working with my partner and friend, Kenny Sessions.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey. Kenny Sessions and I are absolutely committed to putting people in the homes out there in Northern California. And you are another testimony to the great work that he's been doing. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is the Power Is Now Homebuyer Town Hall. And twice a month, we talk about buying homes and the financing around it, but we also ask some of our past clients to come and share their story in hopes to educate you and to inspire you. Now, Angelica Williams is a mother of 5 children.
Yes.
First-time home buyer, a business owner, a domestic violence survivor. She is also a parent advocate and a good human being. That's how she describes herself. And so, Angelica, tell us your story here. Tell us more about yourself and where are you from originally?
I'm from Oakland, but I've lived all over. Like, when I say all over, I mean New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Reno, Pennsylvania, all over California, but I'm from Oakland. Mm-hmm.
Are those are Oakland earrings?
Yes, they are.
I love it. So how did you, first of all, how did you come to make the decision to buy a home? I mean, you give us this kind of the backstory which led you to even be starting the process, because a lot of people are afraid to even just make that decision. They've been renting all their life. They're comfortable with renting. What was the catalyst to you even desiring to buy a home?
It was me pushing myself and almost like challenging myself. Was almost like a challenge for me. I had to move. My landlord had passed away a year before, and then kids had started fighting over the property. And then once they started fighting over the property, they said everything had to be sold, and it just went all haywire from there, and the people that own the place, like the kids, they said that they would let me rent to own, but that didn't turn out to be the case. So I said, well, I always see these commercials that say, oh, you can buy a home and come to us and we'll check your credit and then we'll see everything is going to be fine. All you need is such and such, a low credit score, and then you can buy a home. You'll go out and, look at your homes tomorrow. And so I was like, okay, well, if it's that easy, just let me see. I didn't have any intention on buying a home within a year or a month or whatever. I had to move. So I'm like, I'm not about to move to another apartment, so let me try to buy a house. And I said, if I can buy a house, then anybody can buy a house.
You bring up one very, very important point, and that is that there is instability in renting. When you don't own the house, those who do are in control, and they can literally uproot your life over something as serious as them passing, and the heirs want it or want to sell it, or them needing to move or downsize or something like that. How did that make you feel? And having to just deal with that, did it happen all of a sudden? Did they tell you at the last minute? Did they give you any kind of warning?
I really didn't get a warning, and that was like the second time that it happened. Actually, I had moved to a city where I'm not far from now, and the same thing happened to where they short sold the house, and the realtor came in, like he broke into the house, changed locks, like did a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So that was the second time that it happened. But this time that it happened, it came almost as a surprise because I was under the impression that they were going to let me buy the house. They said, well, since he's been here for 10 years, we'll give you access to buy the house first. And then all of a sudden, oh no, you can't buy the house. We're selling it to someone else and we have to sell it for market price. So it didn't make me feel good at all. It was a lot of pressure on me because I have 5 kids, and where am I going to go? I have 5 kids and a dog at the time. Where am I going to go with 5 kids and a dog? So
that's amazing. In addition to 5 kids and a dog, I mean, did you even have the money, the resources to be able to buy a home at that time?
No money, but I am very resourceful. So I didn't have the resources like there in front of me, but I looked for resources. So I look online all the time, and I'm in different groups and I look for different things. So I didn't have the resources to me at the time, but I had been looking, I like to look up on a whole bunch of stuff. So I had just started building my credit like a year before that. So when it came time for me to do anything or borrow some money, what if I need a loan to get something fixed or whatever, I would have it. So yeah, I didn't have any money, and I had to actually put in my 30-day notice to actually get the money. I didn't even go through a down payment assistance program. I had to take what they say cash for keys.
Wow. So you don't have notice. It's you and 5 kids, no money. You have to give notice so you can get the money from your, I guess, deposit you had with the landlord. Plus, they were offering cash to keys to get you out, and that was that formed the basis, if you will, of the money you used for the down payment of this property that you purchased, right?
Somewhat. I didn't put down a deposit when I moved into my house. The landlord just let me move in.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even have that to fall back on. I just yeah, just had the money that they said that they were going. First, they just wanted me to get out, and I had to say, well, hey, we're gonna have to work something out, and they didn't even want to pay me to leave. I'm like, I've been here for 10 years. I have these kids. It's like, you guys have to work for me and do something. Or if I go in front of the court, you guys try to evict me, I go in front of the court. And I had 3 special needs children at the time. So if I go in front of the court with my special needs children and telling them what you guys are doing, I'm going to end up staying longer than you even want me to. So I suggest you try to work with me.
Well, clearly they made the right decision to do that, and I know you're glad they did, because today you are before us as a homeowner.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned you have 3 special needs kids, and I don't hear about the husband or the spouse in the picture. Tell us about your situation at the time, because you were embarking on this journey of homeownership by yourself.
Yes, and there was 3 special needs kids at the time. Now it's 5, because I've had my children. They've actually been diagnosed with what we thought they had before. So yeah, at the time, no, I was separated from my husband, and he was incarcerated at the time. So that put a whole nother wrench in it, because as you know, when people are incarcerated, they need money, and then you need to put money on your phone and things like that. So it's money going out, even though we were separated, we still have kids, and they need to, still speak. So yeah, that part of it was hard too, because I'm like, okay, how am I going to do all this? And they always say that you need like 2 people to do it. And I'm like, no, I can do it on my own. I feel like I can do it on my own. So no, it was no husband involved. He was in jail.
So tell us about that. I mean, I can't imagine, first of all, having to move with the kids in tow, then dealing with children with special needs just adds another burden, another challenge to you. And then having the additional expenses of meeting the needs of a husband in incarceration. How did you just find this inner strength and the determination to move through the process? And then where did Kenny Sessions come into play here? Because somehow you 2 connected right at the right time.
Yeah, being homeless gave me the strength. That's what gave me the strength. I just couldn't see myself going to another apartment, and that's not homelessness, but I just couldn't see myself not having a roof over me and my children's head. And I came so far from getting my first apartment, and then moving up from that apartment to a bigger apartment, and then moving into the house that I was in. So I was like, okay, I'm determined just to keep pushing forward. My kids kept me pushing forward, and the just fear of being homeless. And Kenny came in the picture. I met him through their real estate agent, who was selling their house, and of course he can't help me buy a house. So that's how I met Kenny, and I love Kenny. Hey, Kenny.
Hey. Hey.
Me and Kenny went through some stuff to get this house. I'm telling you, me and Kenny went through some stuff. When we came to look at the house, this was like the fifth house that we looked at that day. And on the 4th house, we just couldn't find anything. Kenny was going there as if he was looking for a place for him. He was like, "No, I don't like this." Okay, well, no, I can't tell you what to like, but okay, I don't think this is good for you and the kids. So we hit the reset button. We went to lunch, and he said, "Sister, we are not giving up until we find you a house." So he went on his listing that the real estate agents have, and he saw this house, and he called the people. Was like, "Can we come look at the house?" And luckily for us, they said, "Yeah," and this is the house that I got, because Kenny did not give up. We were not giving up, and we were not leaving from Stockton to Oakland without me looking at a house and us putting in an offer.
So let me ask you, after actually, how many houses did you look at? And we should bring Kenny in on this as well. How many houses did you look at? Because I can only imagine, I have clients who have nothing really going on other than them buying a house. They're not dealing with the children with challenges. They're not dealing with a husband incarcerated. They're not dealing with financial issues. They have money in the bank, but yet, they're ready to give up after, 3 or 4 rejection offers. How many houses that you see, how challenging was it for you to hang in there? Because you had many things happening in your life.
This was the 5th house. We had looked at them all that day.
Oh, you did it all in one day?
Yep.
And Kenny had you on a contract in one day. After that, let me bring on Kenny. Kenny, come on, man. Come on, man. Is that true?
If she say so, man, she ain't lying. I didn't have enough gas to come back again, man. So I was like, we're going to do it. Because 3 years ago, I was hurting too. Like,
right.
I told her that because I didn't have enough gas to bring her back to tomorrow. Because I wasn't closing nothing to the following week. So it's like, you know what? We're going to park this car over here and have some lunch because I don't want to keep burning up this little gas I got.
And you know what? I couldn't keep going out looking because, like I said, I had the kids that were still in school. I still had to do therapy for the kids, all of that stuff. So I couldn't keep going out like physically looking at houses. So I had to go look at everything like in one day. And I didn't feel rushed into it like, oh, okay. He just was like, okay, we are going to find you a house if we have to stay out here all night looking. And that's what happened. And this was the last one that we looked at.
So they accept the offer and we go through the process. And actually, you can't buy a house without financing. Heck, right? So how did we connect?
Well, Kenny connected me to you guys. He said he have a program that he thinks that would be good for me, and he has some people that can help me out, and that's how you guys came into the picture. And before I had even met Kenny, I had went through like two other like different companies, and they told me they basically couldn't help me. Like I was only able to get like a $50,000 loan or something like that, and it couldn't be done. And if you go to anybody else, they're going to tell you the same thing. And I just kept pushing. And I'm like, this can't be it. Like this can't be it. So that's when I came to you guys.
Now, the program that you were able to take advantage of was the California Housing Finance Authority, and they provided down payment and closing cost assistance, and that made it literally a no money down situation.
No, not for me.
Oh, was it not? Tell me about it. Okay.
That's the wrong program.
Okay.
Yeah.
The program.
Programs.
Wrong
No.
program.
Okay, which one was it, Kenny?
It was the Sapphire program.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
right when we got the Sapphire.
That's right. You know
He
what?
was the first we got him on the Sapphire.
And because
You're
I had
right.
to put some money down, that's why I had to put my 30-day notice to get the money because I didn't go through a down payment assistance program.
That's right.
Well, you did go through down payment assistance. I think what you paid was a little bit toward your closing costs, and it really wasn't. I can't remember. It's been a while. But Sapphire gave you the down payment, and you put money up towards some of the closing costs because we couldn't get the seller to pay all the closing costs at that
That's
time.
right.
Although we tried, you tried to go in and run up in there and beat him up. While she was in the car, and I think, what was you sitting in the car when I went to go present the offer or something? I think she was in the car. We wrote the offer and did all in one day.
You called. You called. I think you did. No, you had your computer. Yeah.
No, I did. I pulled the property, but after we saw it, we went somewhere and I wrote the deal up and we presented the offer in stock the same day. And before we got home, the offer was accepted. And we put it in escrow the next day. This was truly a one and done. You know, the offer was accepted that same night before we got home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the offer being accepted that night, and you're realizing that you did have to, come up with some money. Where did you get the rest of that money? Is it all coming from the cash for keys from the house you were living in? Or okay. So all right. So the program that we put you on back then, Kenny, the Sapphire program. Oh my God, man.
It's coming back to you, huh?
It's coming back. Oh my goodness. Kenny and I did a commercial. We did a commercial, and I don't know, I think it's got 20,000, I don't know how many views on YouTube.
Close to that right now.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about the show we did. It's almost at 20.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. And so this program really put a lot of people in homes, but it's not as good as what we have today. In fact, folks, Carolyn Sansori with Golden State, that program far exceeds it because it provides more money for down payment and closing costs. So you got in the hard way, and you got in the hard way. But you know what? At least you got in, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel good, and I feel relieved that no one but the bank can come say, "Oh, we're taking your house because of something," not because of something that they want their house back, or the CEO wants to come live in the house, or their children are fighting over the home, or something that happened, internal in between us. So it feels good to not have anyone looking over me saying, "Oh, who are those people coming over? Who are all those?" Because I have a big family, and all my boys are May, June, July, and August, so it's always a birthday party during the summertime, and so no one can tell me, "Hey, you have too much company," or something like that. So it just feels good, and then I was fixing everything at the last house anyway, so it didn't really make a difference now, so I'm like, okay, yeah, it feels good to own, something of my own, and just not have to worry. It just feels good.
For those of you just joining us, we're talking
like that, so it just feels good, and then
Williams, and she is a homeowner. After renting for years, over 10 years, having to move because, the landlord died, and then dealing with, all the life circumstances. Her husband being incarcerated, having children being diagnosed with special needs, and then just trying to manage
I'm used to
it all.
I was
Williams. I tell you, I take my hat off to you for your determination and your perseverance, and to the agent who hung in there with you. It's stories like yours that keep me in this game. I've been in for 39 years. I don't know if I'm ever going to retire. I want to. But helping people get into homeownership is a big deal. And I know I speak for Kenny, and that is more than just the money. It's more than just a profession. It's about helping communities and individuals and families. And in your particular case, single, not by choice.
Yeah.
Woman with 5 kids, be able to buy a home. Now, we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, folks, this is just half the story. It gets really interesting after this. So I want you to hang in there with us. You are watching The Power Is Now TV. We're live on Facebook. And you can join us every first and third Tuesday night at 7 p.m. right here on Facebook. Please share this link. Let everybody know we're live right now on Facebook and hear the rest of the story.
The Power Is Now magazines are the leading resource for real estate agents, mortgage bankers, entrepreneurs, and small homeownership businesses, providing leaders with business strategy information, resources and tools through PIN, Real Estate Programming Guide magazine. Stay up to the real estate news and information. Industry expert. Subscription is free. Sign up today. The Power Is Now. ThePowerisNow.com.
And we're back. For those of you just joining us, welcome to The Power Is Now. We're live on Facebook. For those of you who are listening on Blog Talk Radio or iTunes, wherever you might get your podcast, please share the link. And of course, those of you who are live with us now on Facebook, like us, share the link, start a watch party. This is a great story. And if you want to be inspired about buying a home, if you've been making excuses about buying a home, not buying a home, I hope that we are slowly removing all those excuses because you can do it. Angelica, I tell you, please forgive me. She is a first-time home buyer, 3 years in now. I can't believe it's been 3 years, Kenny. 3 years in now, she has been a homeowner, and but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And you just heard that, how it wasn't easy just by her personal circumstances. Angelica, I want to start with closing a house. We went through the loan process. And by the way, I remember you were a model client, gave us everything we needed. In fact, I mean, you even had to go to the prison to get your husband to sign off on stuff. I remember that.
So yeah, I didn't have to actually go to the prison. I had to make several phone calls and almost go up there. I had to send a lot of paperwork up to the prison because he had to notarize papers saying that he didn't have any interest in the property because we were married, and something was telling me like, why did I even put I'm married on the application? Oh, they, but good thing I did, because like I said, we were going through a separation and everything like that, and it would have just got really sticky in court, like during the divorce of property splitting and all that stuff. So he doesn't have any interest in the property, and then had he not signed that paper, I wouldn't have been able to get the loan. I don't think it was like really important for him to sign that paper saying that, because even though he wasn't on the loan, they still had to pull his credit and do a bunch of stuff and then have him off the loan. And even though, like you said, I was a model client and had everything that you needed, mortgages and the banks, they don't work that way, because some of my income couldn't even be counted. And then I had to go to the doctors and get notes for the income that I did have, because I don't have a job. Well, didn't have a job at the time. So it was all that stuff that was going into it too.
Yeah, your situation was unique in that you are receiving income for your children. So you're able to provide full-time care for them. And there's a process in documenting that income. In addition to the fact you're married to a husband that's incarcerated, and you know, you put correctly that you're married because you have to tell the truth, folks.
Yep.
You have to tell the truth, right?
Yep.
Anytime you are applying for a home loan. And when you're married, we do have to count your spouse's debt. And
Yep.
so that's why it's important that you tell the truth, and consequently, you had to go through further legal proceedings, and that definitely would have probably muddied the waters.
Yeah.
But anytime you're married in California, we have to count your spouse's debt.
Yeah.
You don't have to count your spouse's credit if you're buying something on your own, but we do have to count all your spouse's debt. In your particular case, we were able to get around that and move forward to closing the transaction. And man, I'm thinking about how you must have felt when the transaction was done and closed, but you couldn't move in.
No, I could not. So it was really interesting, because when Kenny called me and told me that it closed, I was going through a lot of stuff that day, because it was on the anniversary of my best friend's death. So when he called me and told me that it had closed, I was happy, but I was sad at the same time, because I was thinking about my best friend of 30 years. But and then also I was thinking that, okay, it closed, but for anybody that doesn't know, whenever you go to buy a home, you do these classes. So I did an 8-hour class in 5 hours on my computer. So from my classes, I remember, oh, it's closed, but that doesn't mean you could just go and say, hey, leave. I couldn't move in, because the people, what they did is they went through, they were selling and they were buying. So they went into contract with us, and then they were in contract with someone else. But and then as soon as that contract stalled, they didn't want to sign our contract that kept going. So they had to go, and Kenny got on him. He can tell you, like, okay, that's not how that goes. So it was a whole bunch of stuff around that. And then finally, when it did close, they did not get out, because their contract was still going with the other people. So their excuse as to why they didn't want to leave is because their house wasn't ready. So that was, now I turned into a landlord to these people that I had no intentions on renting to. I have to get out of these other people's house, because I had to give them notice to leave, and they gave me money to be out at a certain time, and I'm not out. So it was just, it was horrible. Like, yeah, Kenny can tell you that it was horrible.
I'm going to bring Kenny on in just a second here, but folks, one of the things I say to all clients is that is, until they give you the keys and you're standing in the front door, don't give your notice to your landlord. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Now, I'm not sure if anything could have been done differently, but we're going to find out from Kenny. Kenny, what happened here where she wasn't able to move into the property day one?
Well, you know, one of the things I tell all of my buyers is that you know, possession is usually the hardest part of the transaction. I know there's a lot of hard parts, but when there's people that live in a house that have to move into a house, I think we had like 3 or 4 sellers that were all selling their house and moving to other houses. So I don't think it was a seller, as I recall. And I'm, you know, my memory's kind of bad, but as I kind of remember, it wasn't the buyer that was right before us. It was the people that was buying the house that was they were buying the people. They were buying a house from somebody else, and the house that they were buying, they couldn't get in, so they wouldn't move. So these folks wouldn't move, so she couldn't move. It was about a 3-way contingency, right? As I recall, it was like 3 or 4 families that had to move for her to move. And you know me, man. I don't remember. I don't remember all of it, but I probably went off and told them I was about to come over there with my pistol and all kind of stuff. Get out the house. See, I am still a brother from around the corner. I tell people that all the time. You know what? I'm a big brother from around the corner. See, I turned from real estate agent to big brother. Like,
Yeah.
Well, you were out how long was it before you were able to get back into, you know, move in? I mean, and then what happened?
Yeah, and I remember how I met Kenny. Now it was my son's teacher's husband. They were in the same.
It's one of my club brothers.
The club brothers. I remember.
He was Great Dragon. His wife is a teacher over there, and it all hooked up, and he hooked me up with them, and the rest is history. But you know, praise be to God that you know referrals work. You know, we do accept referrals, and this is a final tap. I would have did this one for free, man. I swear I would have. I mean, it's these kind that when you have a sister like this that I know she's pressing. So if I don't press this deal together, she may never try this again. She may never have another opportunity to. I know if we don't get this done, it could shake her faith. So this is one of those deals where we were all in from day one. And I knew what was on her because the house that she was moving out to, a nice big Victorian down on Peralta Street in West Oakland, back door at Park. That property right now is worth over $1.5 million right now. 3 years ago, I think they bought it for $800,000. So they knew she wasn't going to get 800. So that's why they got her up out of there. Because I knew those guys too. One of the owners, I knew some of them, and the agents. I knew all the agents over there, and we were originally trying to talk to them about that, but I was like, I know she ain't gonna get up to no 800,000.
Nope.
And then they were telling her that she couldn't qualify because we had to piece together all of that income, because as you recall, it ain't just straight income. We got to piece the disability income, the income from the kids, income from the dog. We really got income from around the corner. You know, I was like,
Kenny.
My kids tell you put them on it.
Yeah.
There was no income from the dog, Kenny. There was no income from the dog.
There wasn't no dog? Oh, it wasn't a dog. It might have been a cat.
But Actually,
every piece of money we could find, did we?
Yes, yes.
Actually, she doesn't have a dog. She has a pig.
Well, no, the dog died a day after my birthday this year, and we had the pig and the dog. Now we just have the pig, and I have other. Yeah, I have a mini pig.
Community pig.
No, a mini pig.
Yeah, it's a mini pig, and in fact, I have pictures of it. I didn't have a chance to download.
I'm coming by your house this week. I've been saying I'm coming by there. I'm stuck there all the time, and I be passing. I say, when I can't, I'm coming knock on the door. I need to come see the pig.
Okay.
That pig. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna talk about pork chops and pigs at the same time.
Yeah.
Right, really.
But to answer your question, it took 2 weeks, 2 long weeks in order for me to actually move in, and that's because we had to. Kenny was like, if you guys not out of there by such and such time today, we going to the court. We about to do this. Whatever he told the people by sundown, we had the keys.
I told him I got my pistol in the car. I told him.
We had the keys. Because Kenny said whatever real estate agent they were dealing with, I guess he was like fairly new, and Kenny's been in this so long that he knew that some of the mistakes that the man was making, some of the mistakes on paperwork that he was putting, certain things that they put you don't put, or certain things that you're supposed to put they didn't. So it was just it was a big mess, like all the way around. But it took me to actually move in. I moved in 2 days before Christmas in 2017, and I still couldn't stay here. I had to come put all my stuff because they had left an infestation of roaches.
Wow. So you have to deal with the infestation, and that delayed another 30 days, right?
Yeah, just about. It took about a month to get rid of them. I had to keep. I had to have Terminex keep coming out here spraying and fogging and spraying and fogging, and then finally I went in the kitchen. I'm like, it feels like I'm homeless again because I had to go back to Oakland and go stay with family members when I have my own house here that I can't even stay in. So I had to go like I was going crazy with boric acid and sprinkle it all over the place and just really keep on that spraying and fogging, and then finally they went away. Roaches, they cause asthma attacks, and my kids have asthma, and I'm like, then I didn't move here with roaches, and I'm not trying to inherit anybody's roaches, raise anybody else's roaches. So I'm like, no, I can't do that.
For those of you just joining us, we're talking to Angelica Williams, and she's a first-time home buyer, 3 years now in the game, dealing with some extraordinary circumstances in her personal life, and with the transaction itself. The seller's not willing to move 2 weeks after the close of escrow date. Then she finally gets to move in, and the place is infested with roaches. Oh my God! I mean, this could be a movie, Angelica. Angelica, this could be a movie. It could. And then dealing with an incarcerated husband, and the challenges you are.
Can I say something about that too? I was scared of her husband the whole time. I was like, can I call and talk to your husband to make sure that he know I ain't your boyfriend or something? Because people behind bars, they be having these mental blocks. I'm helping, but I did not talk to your husband.
I think you did, because
I talked to him and said, I got her. She be getting this house. I can't remember everything I said, but I do remember saying, she cool.
Yeah, because me and Kenny was on the phone all the time. Every time he called, I was talking to Kenny or texting Kenny or doing something like, who is Kenny? That can't be the real estate man because you're on the phone with him too much. Like Kenny, he was really hands-on with it, as if he was buying a house, as if he had knew me all of his life. Yeah, I can't say enough about Kenny. I'm telling you, like I wouldn't have wanted anyone else but Kenny.
Well, I tell you, that's probably the highest compliment you could give any real estate professional, in the area of support and guidance in buying a home. Buying a home can be challenging, folks, and as you can hear and see with Angelica Williams, there can be all kinds of things that can come up through the transaction, and you need someone who is down for the count, who's going to hang in there with you all the way through the end. Angelica, tell us about the sales price. What were you paying in rent before you bought, and what are you paying now in mortgage?
So I was paying $1,200 in rent. I bought it for $206. I'm paying $1,438 in mortgage, and I put $7,500 down. So that's why I said I think it was the down payment that I put, because it was $75. That was like 3%.
Well, yeah, the program, the Sapphire program, provided money for down payment and or closing costs.
Okay.
So not both. So you probably have the difference is probably
It was both.
Yeah, it was a closing cost. That's why I was like, I put almost everything that they gave me towards this house. Yeah.
Well, but now you want to know what it's worth right now?
What's that? What's that, Kenny?
What it's worth right now?
Yeah. Yes. What is it worth, right?
You have an idea, Angelica? You know how much it's worth?
Last time I looked, it said $232.
No, I'd say you're closer to 300.
Oh, okay.
315, 300, 315. That house is totally redone, new plumbing, new electric, new everything on an extra large lot with no neighbors. I mean, she's over in South Stockton. Folks don't like South Stockton, but she kind of got between the homeless freeway, and we made sure you can get on the freeway if you and you could, you know what I'm saying? But she's in South Stockton. It's kind of it's a great spot.
Yeah,
great spot. Okay, great commuter spot back to the area.
it is. I'm in between the Highway 5 and Highway 9. It was just almost as if I took the house in West Oakland and put it over here, because I'm right in between two freeways like I was in West Oakland. I'm right down the street from downtown like I was in West Oakland. I'm by a whole bunch of food places and all that like I was in West Oakland. So that was really a plus.
Now, we're going to transition here because this has really been inspiring. And for those of you who are watching us live on Facebook, if you have any questions, please type in your questions. You have any comments you want to share with Angelica, please do so. Angelica. If you have
Call you by your other name. You got another name.
please ask them right here on Facebook, and we would love to share those questions with her. I want to open it up to our VIP agents for any questions they have and our comments about your journey and homeownership. And I'm going to start with Jenny Gonzalez. Jenny, what do you think?
You know, I just completely I'm speechless. We have all of these wonderful, strong women that we have had on here that have bought homes on their own with whatever they can do. And I think that it's phenomenal, and you have to take care of your family. And I completely understand what she's going through with regards to the renters. I'm seeing it constantly, people jumping from house to house to house, and it seems like a waste. So if you are in that position to where you can buy a house, there's absolutely no reason why you can't. And to have a great real estate agent like Kenny helping her out and doing what's best, I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I do the same for my clients, and it's very fulfilling. And yes, we do have some hiccups at the end sometimes with possession. I feel for her with the infestation thing, because it's such a great thing. Your first night in your home is usually like the best thing in your life. But I'm sure she had another first night at home.
That's a great question. When did you finally say, you know, I'm home?
About a year ago.
Wow.
Because first of all, I'm not even the one that got my keys. I had to call my best friend. And to answer your question, Kenny, yes, it was another name that you guys call me, is Nika, because no one can remember Angelica. So, my best friend, I had to call her. She lives in Antioch, and I was like in traffic trying to get here because we didn't know if they were going to give us the keys or not. And when Kenny finally said, "Go get your keys right now," they giving up them keys, like right now they giving up. I had to call my best friend, was like, "Girl, go at the house right now. Go pick them people, leave." She was like, "What?" So she was able to get my keys to my house and walk into my house and then let me into my house. So, we still didn't see anything, but I finally felt like I was home a year ago because my kids were still going to school in Oakland for another year. They still went to school in Oakland for because we moved December, and then they still finished out that school year, and then they had so not until last year I finally felt like, okay, I'm home, because I'm not going to Oakland. I'm not doing that commute every morning, because it was like, okay, we're just here to sleep, almost like an Airbnb type of situation, and then we leave to somebody else's house for a whole week, and we were only here on the weekend.
Describe your house for our audience. What did you buy, and what do you like the most about it?
I bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It's 1,148 square feet, but it looks bigger than what it is. I didn't realize we didn't have a linen closet until we were already in contract. But it has a huge backyard. Like I put a above ground pool back there already, like 18 feet wide, and still have plenty of room. I have fruit trees in my backyard. I have a big side yard where I've enclosed it off for my pig, built the pig pen over there. And then I have a big front yard, and then like 5 cars can fit in my driveway, like front to back. And I'm backed up against an alley, so I'm not really like have the neighbors right there. But if I bought like an RV or something like that, it has RV access. And I have a basement, a full basement.
Now, I take it that the property did not provide all those amenities, that extra space, right? So the kids must be loving it and have so much space.
Yes, they are. They just miss Oakland so much because they were there, for so long, but they love. I mean, we have a yard now. We can actually turn the yard, and we don't have to say, "Excuse me," to come in our gate, because the hood security is out there hanging out in front. We don't hear gunshots every other day outside of the house. So that's what I like about it. Like my kids can go outside and play. My kids go outside and practice on their unicycles, and they're still in the middle of the street because it's barely any traffic on my street. So that's what I love about it. It's a, peace of mind. And I don't have, I kind of miss stairs, but I have a son that has epilepsy. And when we were in a house in West Oakland, he had a seizure and fell down all 18 of those stairs. And anybody that knows Victorian houses knows that those stairs are really steep. So you have to come upstairs to get in my house, but it's flat and everything was brand new. Like they had remodeled, paint, everything. So that's what I love about it. Just the space, just the freedom to move around the cabin. Like they say on the airplanes.
That's fantastic. Yvonne Mcfadden, what say you about this extraordinary woman?
Angelica, your resourcefulness and your tenacity, it's wonderful. And that's what parents do when they have children. You want to make sure that they're safe. And that's exactly what you did. I applaud you.
Thank you.
I mean, what you went through, I mean, your story, it must be shared. And so many women can follow suit just by hearing your story. They will not give up. You did not give up or give in. And that's what's important about your story. And I am so grateful that you're sharing it with all of us. And I know the children are happy. Anytime you have boys and they have a backyard, and if you have a tree, oh my goodness.
Yes.
It's a great place to be. I'm very pleased. And Kenny, VIP agent, that's what a VIP agent will do for their clients. And being part of the Power Is Now just gives the opportunity to these agents. I mean, every single VIP agent can tell a story. Mm-hmm. And thank goodness we're hearing yours this evening.
Thank you.
Fantastic, Yvonne. Yvonne, by the way, folks, will be hosting our Tuesday night West Coast Homebuyer Town Hall starting the 20th of this month. And please tune in and invite others to check out the show as you see her take over the reins. Carolyn Sansori, I mean, can you take it? How many of these great stories like this can you just handle, right? What do you think? You were on mute. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go.
Working for a nonprofit entity similar to the Sapphire program is an honor, just like VIP agents we're talking about, because you feel like you're making a difference in people's lives, helping them get into these properties in circumstances that maybe they thought they were a homeowner, or where they don't have a lot of cash resources for down payment. And I think it's extremely advantageous for lenders and real estate agents to get involved in these programs. But hearing these stories just drives home how it doesn't have to be, the picture perfect family, or only home buyers are only those couples who are married or have perfect situations. Home ownership is available to anyone, whether they are single or they are coupled, whether they have children or not. And it's just about doing the work to find the resources. So it's pretty amazing that she took so much ownership in her own process. So the very first thing she talked about was being resourceful, what's out there. So pretty amazing story.
And you know what? Also, I did do, like Kenny said, people don't like South Stockton. I didn't know anything about Stockton. And what I did do, because I didn't want to go through the same situation I was in Oakland, I would ride past in the morning. Like as soon as the kids go to school, I would ride past the house, see how it was looking. I would ride past in the middle of the day, see how it was looking. And I rode past in the evening. And one day I rode past in the evening and I called Kenny. I said, Kenny, these people don't want to leave. He said, what you mean? They getting out of house? I said, Kenny, they put up Christmas lights. I said, Kenny, they put up Christmas lights. I said, all sorts of them Christmas lights probably was there. I said, Kenny, those Christmas lights were not there when we came to look at this house. They put up Christmas lights, and I almost had a panic attack because good thing I rode past at night. I said, Kenny, they put up Christmas lights. They don't want to leave. He said, oh no, and lo and behold, they was putting up the Christmas lights because they knew that they were going to be here or planning to be here way into the new year. Didn't I get the Christmas lights, Kenny? Remember?
Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
Yeah.
Kenny Sessions, share your final comments on her story, and then we're going to all thank her for being with us and transition to Carolyn, because I want people to know that her story doesn't have to be the only story like this. I mean, and in fact, we're going to give you the last word, Angelica, because I know that your story doesn't have to be the only story like that. Kenny, give us your thoughts for a minute or two. I know you can go long. Give me a minute.
I'm gonna give you half a minute. I've been doing this for 34 years, and I want to tell you that this and the stories. I mean, I'm just crying inside, just so thankful to God that He gives me the opportunity to help people like this and just stick with them, to let them know that, somebody ain't gonna give up on you. You don't have to have everything that you need. All you got to do is have a desire, and that desire, will make people work for you. And I will just say that Angelique, as well as a lot of the other women that we've helped recently, they all made me help them. It ain't like they just, they were on me, and I love it. But when they really, really want it, they're going to come get it, and they ain't going to stay out your face. I want to tell you, this young lady in my face, and she listened to everything I said. She took notes, and then she would come back and quiz me like to make sure I took the right thing. And I was like, wow, it's beautiful. It's beautiful having someone like a sister, I can't say too much about that. They say sisters are the ones that get taken advantage of the most, but I like to say most.
Well, Kenny, you're making me tear up here. Angelica, what is your final word? And we really appreciate you taking time out tonight to be with us and share your story. But if you could, I know you have a message, for other women like yourself. They may have a husband or children incarcerated, dealing with life issues, children with illnesses or special needs. and yet you find a way every day to get up, show up, and to have achieved the American dream of homeownership. And what say you to to our audience, to our listeners who are on the fence, still thinking about it, still trying to figure it out, quote unquote, or just have given up? What's your message to them?
My message is go for it. No matter what anybody says, no matter how much people doubt you, no matter even if you're doubting yourself, you don't know what you can do until you try. Like how they say with the lottery, you have to be in it to win it. You have to be in it to win it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to be on, the computer and Google and just take in as much as you can and just be resourceful. Look at all the resources that are around you. Research everything that is told to you or that you learn. Fact check everything, and really read your paperwork, read the contracts, and just don't give up. And I'll say, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I did not have a job. Me and my children are on SSI, and if I can, don't let anybody tell you, oh, you can't buy a house on Social Security and SSI, or even on Cash Aid, because you can, and I'm living proof.
Wow.
She said no job.
No job.
No job. No job.
Mother.
She bought that house with free money.
My
No.
You a bad
Angelica.
What do you mean free money?
That's
Well, I'm
right.
talking about, I don't mean free like that, but I'm just saying you didn't have to get up and go put a sweat across her brow to get it. You know, to use their money to help them give her some more of their money.
Yes.
I went to the doctor 3 times over this situation. They stressed me out.
Yeah, buying a house can be very stressful. Buying a home can require, financial resources that you have to go get, earn, save, what have you. It is not easy, but if you are committed to it, you can do it. And Angelica Williams is a living testimony to that. Angelica, one final comment. How important is it to you to, be associated with the right agent and or lender in this particular case? How important was that to you? Because you are, a researcher. You are, you're determined. You're smart. So how important was this connecting the right people to help you?
It was very important, like one of the most important things, because like I said, I went through 2 other programs that said basically like they couldn't help me. They had me looking from houses to looking at, maybe we can all squeeze into a 1-bedroom mobile home or something like that. Like that's how little that they said that they can help me. And I was like, this can't be it. I'm gonna keep trying until I feel like I keep getting the same answer over and over again, or I keep, okay. And so I get it like, okay, they keep giving me the same figure, but every time I tried, it got more and more. And then finally I felt at home, like I had the right people. Kenny, I from the time that I met him, I felt like he had my back. So he was like, we're going to get you into a house. I told him what happened. He said, don't worry about all of that. We going to get you into a house. And I took him at his word, and I still researched everything he told me. I still fact checked everything he told me. and I'm in the house. So it's very important to have a good real estate agent and a good, the good people that do your mortgage, like the mortgage brokers, because if you have a bad real estate agent or a good mortgage broker, or vice versa, it's not going to work. So everything has to, and you have to be comfortable with them. You just can't take what they say, because had I took what the people told me, I wouldn't even be in my house right now, because I would have just gave up.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, we're happy to be a part of the team to assist you in achieving this goal. And you make a very important point. For those of you who are looking to buy, you need to put together your team. You really do. Have a great agent.
We got on the same color shirts. We think, look, same color shirts. We didn't even know.
So we're in the same color clothes, everything. You gotta have your team together. You gotta have your team together, folks. Yeah. And that's what you can get here at The Power Is Now. If you need an agent to support you in your homeownership dreams, check out the VIP agents right here at The Power Is Now. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Carolyn Sansori about down payment assistance, what Angelica Williams got required her to bring in, even about $7,500 of her own money. But there are more programs today. 3 years later, Golden State is here, and they've been around for a long time, helping people to buy homes. So hang in there with us. If you are watching us live on Facebook, please share the link, start a watch party, invite somebody to join us. You haven't heard the end of it. We're going to be learning more about down payment assistance. And Angelique, I know you got to go and take care of those children. Thank you for taking time with us today to be on the show. And we really appreciate your story. And we wish you nothing but the best as you continue to achieve and grow, and maybe even look for that next home down the horizon.
Yep. Thank you. Nice meeting everybody. And come see me, Kenny.
I'll see you soon. Yes.
Okay.
We're going to take a break, folks. You're listening to The Power Is Now, Homebuyer Town Home, every first and third Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
There is nothing more exciting than the purchase of your new home. The Homebuyer Seminar is here to help you achieve the American dream of home ownership right now. We talk about access to lenders and nonprofits who are willing to give you the down payment for your home when others are not. That is right. The down payment assistance is not a loan. It is a gift. Find us at thepowerisnow.com and let us talk about how you will own your home today and live the American dream. The future is now. Watch us live on Facebook every Tuesday or in replay on the Power Is Now YouTube channel.
And we're back. For those of you just joining us, we are having a great time just learning the story of Angelica Williams, first-time home buyer, did an outstanding job in working through all of her challenges to still buy a home. And I tell you, I think about people who constantly come up with excuses about buying, and it just makes me wonder, if they really are committed to the process of becoming a homeowner. Well, we know that not only was she committed to the process, she did the work, she did the research, and she persevered and made it happen. So we want you to do it as well. Now, if money is a challenge, then I want you to think about this. There is down payment assistance available for the down payment and also for the closing costs. And we have Carolyn Sansori here with Golden State Finance Authority, and to talk about it. Carolyn, again, thank you for being with us today on the show. And, we could have saved Angelica a lot of money, right? Oh, that's on mute.
She got in on a great program at the time, but we keep the nonprofit organizations, the agencies, the housing finance agencies are always trying to improve programs and provide, even better opportunities to home buyers. That's their goal in the housing industry. And GSFA is no different. Sometimes we're able to expand programs and offer even more in assistance. And today we're able to offer a program that gives 5% in assistance. Whatever the loan amount is on the property, 5% of that can be provided to the buyer as down payment, closing cost assistance, which can a lot of times help people buy a home sooner than they ever thought was possible. Do you want to talk about the program that's available now?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry for that delay. So we may be having some technical difficulties on Facebook. For those of you who are watching, we're also live on YouTube as well as on Twitter. So we'll look into that. So Carolyn, let's go into kind of a high-level overview of this property that I believe Angelique bought was in the 200,000 range, and your program can go as high as 510,400 would be the maximum loan amount, right?
Right. And so that opens up quite a few properties in California. It's maybe not going to address everything in the Bay Area, but there is a lot of areas where you can buy a home for, under $550,000, and this gives you 5% of that in assistance. So on a $300,000 home, that's $15,000 in assistance. If you're looking at a $500,000 home, that's $25,000 in assistance. And that money being provided by Golden State Finance Authority actually forgiven after 3 years. And that really gives the homeowner some flexibility. They're going to start building equity in their property as soon as escrow closes. And in 3 years, whatever is provided gets forgiven. And I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but there's ways for certain people to get that assistance as a gift on the first day. So I'm sure we'll get into that in a few minutes.
Now, Carolyn, the down payment assistance is significant. First of all, 5% is a lot of money. But what makes it so unique is that you're forgiving it. Most down payment assistance programs are loans that last the entire 30 year of the mortgage. You don't have to make payments, and I believe that's one of the features of this program. In some cases, in some programs, there may be interest or very little interest, but you have to pay it back. What group, though, in the down payment assistance category doesn't have to pay it back at all, where it's just not even from day one a loan?
Yeah, so I'll clarify this. For all of the home buyers that can qualify for the GSFA program, the home buyer assistance that's provided will be forgiven after 3 years, completely forgiven. It's not going to accrue any interest. It's not going to require any payments, and at the end of 36 months, it's forgiven. But if the borrower happens to be in public They may be working for a fire department or for law enforcement agencies. And that's not just, a law enforcement agent, maybe somebody who works in the office or in dispatch or support staff for fire department. If they are an EMT or emergency medical technician, if they are anyone who works in the healthcare industry, anyone in the healthcare industry, and anyone who works in education. So school, private school, a vocational school, and it's any person employed by those. So it could be someone who does yard duty or administration work, or a teacher. Anyone employed within education. Those special presentations are provided the assistance as a gift as soon as escrow closes. So they don't have to wait 36 months for that assistance to get forgiven. It's actually forgiven the day after escrow closes. So again, it's public safety, education, and health. And we're talking about as the first responder type position, the support positions, and that's called our Platinum Select, where it provides a gift.
So I want to bring my VIP agents in, Carolyn, to ask some questions about this. The uniqueness of this program is not only do you forgive the money after a period of time for just everybody, but that first responders who right now are just dealing with it, especially in Northern California, the fires that are happening, and just across the country, there's all kinds of challenges that our first responders are dealing with. And so it's great that, programs like this exist that recognizes the risks that they take to protect our communities. But the other part of it is that you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, right? In addition to that.
No, there's no first-time home buyer requirement. And so that opens the door up for people who maybe were homeowners in the past and returning to the market. And in some situations, they could even have a property today, but be purchasing another home that they're going to be moving into as their primary residence, and they can access down payment to do that. And I think that's where the loan officer can look at the situations and what would be best to meet the situation. But it is not limited to first-time home buyers, and you might even be able to own a property today and still use the program to buy a new one.
Yeah, to me, that is a game changer because there are people who, like me, who are older, maybe think about downsizing, right? If I needed down payment assistance, I don't have the equity, but if I needed to do something, I could do that, right? I don't have to, never have owned a home and not owned a home in the last 3 years. And that's a requirement of just about every down payment assistance I know of out there, with the exception of the Golden State Finance Authority. I want to open it up here. I'm going to start with Jenny. Jenny, you were covering Corona, and I don't know, share with us kind of the median price in that range, because what Golden State's program work a typical first-time home buyer in your market area?
Actually, the only homes right now that we have on the market that are within that range are, say, the first time buyer range maybe to 1,300 square feet. Most of our inventory right now in that price range is 55 and older homes. So, you know, the other majority are luxury homes that are on the market right now, 650 and over. So the 55 and older community, they can really take advantage of this one.
Well, that's great to know, especially for us 55 and olders.
Well, that's what we're looking at. Right.
Now, Yvonne, what about your community out there in Arizona? Now, Carolyn only handles California, but there's a housing finance agency that provides down payment assistance out in your area as well.
I'm presently working with 3 down payment assistant clients, and it's very difficult. Fortunately, you know, the supply is very low, and before you can even look at the property, they're gone. Multiple offers. I'm hopeful, and I continue to search for a company like Golden State Finance Authority, and Carolyn has been very diligent in sending me lists. And, you know, as I carve out time, Carolyn, I continue to call these different companies. You know, I just can't seem to find the excitement that I have. You know, I'm like, oh, listen, you know, I'm a VIP agent, and I've been talking to Golden, you know, State Financial Authority, and I'm looking for, and they're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we have down payment assistance. So I'm looking for that motivated company and the people that are willing to return my calls, because, but I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I really, I'm disappointed that I haven't found a Golden State Financial Authority, but I believe that there has to be something that mirrors California, because Arizona, we follow California. So, I mean, I know we have several, you know, the 5 and all these different things, Bank of America and all, you know, but it's a different story. That's the only way I can put it. But I am working, but I'm presently working with them. And, you know, that's why I was running late today, because we were out looking for a house for one of my DPAs.
Kenny,
You know, the company that ran that backfire. Can you hear me okay?
Something is going on in the background.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Go ahead.
The company that ran that Sapphire program that Angelica was able to take advantage of, I believe, was National Home Buyers Fund. And, you know, we've got to try to keep up, because they do offer programs in Arizona. Because you're right, you know, you want to work with an agency that, you know, is excited about expanding opportunity to home buyers, has the right program. So Yvonne, we just need to keep talking and get you connected.
Yes.
In Arizona. You know,
Yes.
one of the hesitations that I experience when I'm talking to real estate agents and lenders is that they're worried if they put in an offer on a property for a home buyer who's going to be accessing down payment assistance, that it might slow down the escrow. And sometimes you even have sellers who are leery about accepting an offer when the home buyer is accessing a down payment assistance program. And I think it's really important for real estate agents, for the lenders, all of us keep educating people that that is a myth, that working with the down payment assistance programs from DSFA is not going to slow down the escrow. The day that the lenders lock in the interest rate for the mortgage loan, they also get a letter stipulating how much in down payment assistance will be provided at close of escrow. And after that, the entire lending process is handed over to the lender. And we don't require an additional compliance review package sent to us or documents. We really do rely on our participating lenders to follow the guidelines of the program, close that mortgage loan, ensure that that part is qualified. And that means not slowing down the process. So if there's one thing I can encourage everyone to share is there's programs available. They actually are easier to qualify than you might think. I know we'll talk about that like a little bit more, but they also are not going to slow down the home buying process just because some want to access down payment assistance.
Now, Carolyn, someone who knows this firsthand is Kenny Sessions. We've done quite a few deals together with first-time home buyers using down payment assistance. Kenny, have you found that it was more challenging in dealing with the listing agent because we had them approved on a Golden State or a Cal Alpha or something program? Because you've been able to get them done.
Well, that never comes up in any of the why anybody would ask where the down payment or the deposit or anything else is coming up from. I've never had that. Where we're running into trouble is not with the down payment assistance, but we do a lot of no money down deals where we were going and getting the seller to pay the buyer's closing costs, where, you know, most of our buyers, they're getting to them with nothing. You know, they get their deposit. In fact, we closed one today where the guy paid $634 total. That was his closing cost because the seller paid $11,500 in closing costs. He got a 3.5% down payment from Golden State Financial Authority, and the balance of the closing, he had a $3,000 deposit up, and he got a check back for $1,430 some odd dollars. We ain't never had a problem with the down payment assistance. It's the closing costs where we're running into more problems, but we've kind of started to change that. She was talking about, you know, it's hard to get down payment assistance programs down. It's hard to get any deal right now because there's a pent up market, and every time a house hits them, there's a lot of houses hitting the market, but they're not sitting there long enough. They're gone in 3 to 4 to 5 days, even here. So we're having the same problem, Eric. We talked about it this morning. How many buyers do we have? 17. We have 17 approved buyers, and I was out with one. I'm out with one every day, and I'm struggling. We've only sold, like last month, I think we did 3 deals last month when we could have done 20 if there was enough inventory. It's just not enough. The inventory is like.
Yeah, you know, Kenny brings up an interesting point, Carolyn, and this was another feature, though, that makes Golden State stand out, and that is your down payment of 5%. Your 5% down payment assistance is not just down payment assistance; it's for down payment and or closing costs. And depending on how the agent is structuring the deal, we may need help either in the down payment area or the closing costs. So I love the flexibility that Golden State provides in how they've set up the program. And then the fact that you make it a gift or a grant, for first responders is just a big deal.
It's a grant for everybody, isn't it?
Well, it's not. Actually, no.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Carolyn. He was saying it's a grant for everybody, but
After 3 years, it is a grant.
After 3 years.
Yes.
It's still a grant.
That's right.
Yeah. We call it a 0% forgivable second loan, just to be, clear on it. But it becomes forgiven completely after 3 years, or for the first responders and education and those occupations, it's a gift. I want to go over the qualifying guidelines because flexibility is important for home buyers, not just first-time home buyers, anyone. And oftentimes people think that if you're trying to get down payment and closing cost assistance, that you're going to need to have exceptional credit and no debts, and maybe even that you have to be in a low income bracket to get some of those assistance features. And those are also myth. With the GSFA program called Platinum, we can qualify somebody down to a 640 FICO. And I think 640 is pretty flexible. The debt to income ratio is capped at 45%. And I know in California that can still be a challenge, but it is addressing a lot of needs. And the income limit goes from low all the way into moderate income. In fact, on the governmental loan, FHA, VA, USDA, we don't have an income limit. So what is allowed by those agencies? For example, what FHA allows is what we would allow. That gives a lot of flexibility to people who may be low or moderate income to qualify. On the conventional side, you set an income limit, but it's over, I think it's around 120% of area median income. And it's based on the county where the property is located. And we publish those limits on the website. Okay. And they're higher than you might think. So I just want to encourage people to not get locked in thinking that you have to have exceptional credit, or that you have to be a first-time home buyer, or you have to be low income, because that's not true. And that opens up the door to a lot of people.
Carolyn, I love it when you come on. Folks, you can catch her every first and third Tuesday, and occasionally every first and third Friday on a real estate roundtable at 10 o'clock, where Carolyn Sansori is dropping knowledge bombs, all right, blowing you up with information about home ownership. And I love it. We don't have the time tonight, but Carolyn and I were going to talk about co-signers and co-borrowers. Most down payment assistance programs will not allow it, but it is allowable. So if you don't make enough money, you can get some help from mom, dad, sister, brother, and meet the debt ratio requirements so that you can buy a home. So we're going to save that, Carolyn, for the next homebuyer seminar coming up on October 20th. We are a little past time here, but I want to give our VIP agents the last word. I appreciate them investing their time being on the show, sharing their commentary about the incredible stories of our guests. And folks, I got another. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. We have another first-time homebuyer story you will not believe. I love it when families come together to buy a home. Now that's going to be on our East Coast Homebuyer Town Hall coming up October 20th at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You're going to hear that. You're going to hear that story, and it's a great story. And of course, we're going to have something special to talk about also on the 20th Pacific Time right here on Facebook Live. So I'm going to start with Jenny Gonzalez. Jenny Gonzalez, final comments, words for tonight's show, and provide some information on someone can reach you if they're looking to buy in the great city of Corona, California.
Yes, Eric. I wanted to make, I got this morning and I thought I would share it. I got a review from my buyer that just closed last week. And I think this kind of talks to what we were talking about with VIP agents and how we are there for our clients and how we push for our clients constantly. This is what my buyer wrote about me. Relentless. And that is exactly what I needed to get my home. Jenny is a confident professional and in a extremely competitive market. Now, I don't want to go over what I went through to get the property, $15,000 under list price for my client, plus getting credits for him. But if you're looking for a Southern California home, especially in the Inland Empire, my name is Jenny Gonzalez with Keller Williams Corona. My license number is 01249788. My cell phone number is 951-316-0374. And I love working with first-time home buyers. I love working with sellers. I love working with second home buyers and anybody. So if you need my help, go ahead and give me a call.
Thank you, Jenny. We appreciate you being on the VIP agent team. Next up is Yvonne Mcfadden. Yvonne.
Hi there, Yvonne Mcfadden, Deluxe Realty in Arizona. And Jenny and I are in communication on referrals, which is wonderful because we have a lot of Californians coming to Arizona. We have price ranges that start in the mid 200s for brand new homes. And the 55 plus communities here are spectacular. I mean, if you want to come and live, I call it heaven on earth, contact me, Yvonne Mcfadden, and I will show you through my eyes how you can relax and enjoy the balance of your life.
Yvonne, I tell you, nobody does it better than you. Arizona, where the world wants to be. That was her last one.
The prices are right. Come on. When you can buy a brand new home in the mid 200s.
You're right.
You know, right. It's nice. And most of the communities are all master plan communities. So you have walking paths, you have ponds, some have fishing. I just can't express all of the enjoyments that are here in Arizona. And it doesn't matter if you're, like I mentioned before in our last broadcast, all of the counties that wherever you go, you will find peace of mind.
Yvonne Mcfadden, Jenny Gonzalez, and finally, VIP agent extraordinaire, my partner in the streets, making it happen for the least among us, Mr. Kenny Sessions.
Yeah. And the crowd goes wild.
Final comments, Kenny.
First of all, I need to tell you my phone number is wrong on the graphic. I didn't want to bring that up right now. That's what you did spell my.
We can fix that right now. We got a producer on it.
He always puts an S on the end of my name, so I want to say congratulations. You got it without the S this time. Over on that side, over this side, you got an S. Oh no, seriously, you guys, I love what I do. If you can't tell, I would do this for free if they didn't pay me. But don't try that at home. That won't work out too good if you don't pay me. I would truly do it for free. And you have I didn't even know Angelica's coming on tonight. And that just pleased me. I totally forget about some folks, man, but when they come back and remind me, it just really humbles me. So I'm thoroughly humbled and that I was able to help her and other folks. And right now, what we're doing is we're building my team right now. I'm unfortunately the best agent that I have right now, and I'm looking to fire myself and hire some young blood that can handle GSA program. We've got leads in Sacramento, we've got leads in Stockton, we've got Antioch, we got leads all over the place, and I can't sell them all. So if you guys want to come and make some money with us, at me, we are hiring our agents as well as lead agents. So that's what we're doing, and we're going to train you to take care of our clients just the way we took care of her. If you don't have that in you, don't call me about trying to make the money first. We're not interested, but if you're interested in providing high level of service to our community, holler at your boy.
Thank you, Kenny. We appreciate you and your participation on the Power is Now VIP agent program. And finally, Carolyn Sansori. Carolyn, you always do just a wonderful job in sharing information. And let me know when Golden State decides to start a fan club. I would like to put my name in the hat as president. I'm running for office right now for president of the Golden State Fan Club. All right. So do I get any votes? Do I get your vote?
I really like being on these homebuyer town seminars because I do feel like I'm in good company. I'm here with dedicated VIP agents, agents. I'm here with you, Eric, the First Bank, and I feel like all of us are interested in making a difference in the lives of people here in California and Arizona. And I just want to remind people that sometimes the process can take a little while, but the interest rates right now are just phenomenal. And it really is the time to buy, to get involved and make that dream come true.
Thank you, Carolyn, for being on the show tonight. Folks, this has been a fantastic show. And I want to thank again Angelica Williams for sharing her story. We appreciate our buyers coming on and encouraging and inspiring other people about the importance, the value, the work that's required, and the reward of home ownership. Now, before we end the show tonight, I want to share a poem that I wrote about home ownership, and I'm inspired to share it by all that has been said here tonight, especially just listening to Angelique's story and her situation and how she just overcame all of it. And what she has right now, stability, a place she can call her own until she says it's time to move. And I wrote a poem about this very thing about homeownership because I'm an advocate of homeownership. I work within low to moderate income communities. I've been doing so ever since I transitioned from the big banks into smaller independent banks. And I am just thankful. And I feel like Kenny, I'm honored. It's not a job for me. This is a passion to help people become homeowners. And so if you're interested at all in getting the help you need, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to assist you in any way I can. And if you need an agent to help you, well, I don't think you can find a better agent than someone on our platform who I know personally and endorse for their knowledge, their expertise, and their ability to help you get the job done. So here's a poem. It's called Homeownership. It says, homeownership brings stability to individuals and families who have never had a dwelling place that they could call their own. There is something special about real estate that's unlike anything else on earth you can own. Real estate you own is not like a car that will decay over time and you have to replace it. Real estate you own is not like clothes that go out of style and you have to buy new ones. Real estate you own is not like expensive vacations or experiences that only last a moment in time. Real estate you own is not like an apartment where the landlord increases the rent until it's unaffordable. Real estate you own is not like staying at your parents' home where you know you can't stay forever. Homeownership is the beginning of wealth, wealth that increases over time and becomes your estate and legacy. Homeownership is the pride of a mother nurturer, the kitchen her domain. Homeownership is the pride of a father, provider and protector of his territory and family. Homeownership is the foundation of permanence and a place where life happens, birthdays are celebrated, and deaths are mourned. Homeownership is a place where you build memories, memories that can never be taken from you, etched in walls and concrete, experienced in rooms and floors, and living in trees and shrubs planted by your hand. Homeownership is a manifestation of you, your style, your colors, your smell, your stuff, your junk, your memories, your yard, your spaces, your life. It is the height markers on your first child's bedroom wall. It is the hearts drawn in the concrete slabs when you poured your patio floor. It is the birthday parties and anniversaries in the living room and kitchen. It is the backyard barbecues with friends, neighbors, and family connections. It is the high school and college graduations and wedding receptions. It is the family nights and block parties and the fellowship of family connections. Homeownership, it's more than real estate, land, brick and mortar, wood frame construction, and chicken wire. It's more than the money you save, gifts and grants received. It's more than the debt you incur to buy it. It's more than the payments you make to own it. It's more than the appreciation that comes with owning it over time. It's memories, it's family, it's life that can happen in one place that you own until you say it's time to move. Homeownership. Thank you for watching tonight. And we certainly hope that you'll make homeownership your goal this year before 2020 is over. You're listening to The Power Is Now. Please join us every first and third Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. See you soon, right here on The Power Is Now.